What is the primary reason that BC Ferries decided to award the contract to a state-owned shipyard in the People's Republic of China?
Chair, the evaluation criteria that we use to assess bids from yards around the world looks at a combination of factors, including technical capabilities, delivery timelines, safety, commitment to quality, and also cost. So we use a combination of criteria to assess what is going to be the yard that can deliver the best value for British Columbians, and I hope that answers the question.
Do you think are the shipbuilding workers in the People's Republic of China better than the shipbuilding workers here in Canada?
Chair, what I'd say is the yard that we selected met very high standards for.
Is it higher than the ones here in Canada?
They met the same standards that we would apply to any yard, Chair, from any part of the world.
So to clarify, do the state-owned companies that employ these workers in China follow the same safety, labor, and environmental regulations as private companies and unions here in Canada?
Chair, what I can say, based on this particular procurement, is that...
So it's kind of a yes or no question.
Chair, again, I'll try to answer the question. What I can say is that we assessed every yard against the same sets of standards for quality, safety, environmental standards, and this yard met the high bar that we set for ourselves, whether we're working domestically or internationally.
Do shipyards in the People's Republic of China pay their workers the same as the shipyards here in Canada?
Chair, I think the member would have to ask the shipyards themselves.
It's a pretty easy question, I think.
The likely answer is no.
I think so. So would you acknowledge that we are essentially bankrolling the offshoring of critical shipbuilding jobs to an adversarial regime because they're willing to pay their workers less and have them work in worse and lower safety and environmental and labor conditions?
What I'd say, Chair, is that we settled on a shipyard that is bringing significant value to British Columbians and making sure that the system that we're supposed to be running delivers, safe, reliable, and affordable ferry service. And key part of our renewal program.
C-SPAN said that they would have liked to build these ships. That's correct.
Chair, C-SPAN has been very public in saying that they were not able to participate in this program because they had no capacity.
Based off of how you formulated that, they express interest. So that it's true that you formulated the contract in a way where C-SPAN was unable to build. And one of the things that you mentioned was the fact that you needed these ships right away, that we didn't have enough time. And you made a good point, but I was looking into it, and the oldest ships that you have in service, correct me if maybe the C-class, 30, 40 years old, where you're going to depreciate them over a large period of time. And presumably the forecast for passenger growth would have been well known. So why are you scrambling to purchase ships here at the last minute when we should have known for decades, and we could have incorporated the acquisition of these ferries into a proper shipbuilding strategy to ensure that we're building that important industrial capacity here in Canada, creating Canadian jobs in shipbuilding, in steel and aluminum production, instead of waiting at the last minute to use it as an excuse so we can go buy them on the cheap from the People's Republic of China, creating jobs in that country instead of our own?
Chair, there's a number of things that I'm going to take issue with in the members' questions because they're just not correct. Well, first I'll start with that this program and the age of our ships is very well known and has been known for a very long time. We actually started this process 8 years ago before the pandemic and had to shut it down during that time. And at that time, we were very public, attending industry conferences every year, putting out a 20-year view of what our shipbuilding needs look like. So the industry was very well aware of where we were at and where we were going. The other thing that the member mentioned was somehow that we excluded or designed a contract to make it impossible for the shipyard to bid, and that's just simply not the case. The reality is in shipyards, C-SPAN has been very public about this, is that they acknowledged that they were not able to participate in this series build because they simply did not have capacity in their yard, given the commitments.
What was the turnaround you were requiring for the ferries?
We expect the first ship to be delivered at the end of the decade, 2029.
So 4 years?
That's correct, Chair.
So you had 40 years.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jimenez, and thank you, Mr. Gunn.